BohBoh!
Who the hell do you think we are?
Boh! Yes, welcome to the BohBoh, as it is currently known. Yeah, we've got quite an impressive match today, and we've got quite a fair few commentators in the room today.
Many of them.
Yeah,
many.
We've got close promotions from show. I personally am Lieutenant Colonel Goon. To my right, I have the wonderful Boh Jammers. Give us a shout out.
Hello, I am Boh Jammers.
Yes,
You'll know me from the Bohcast and being better than everyone except for everyone.
Yep, cutting him off. Okay, and then we'll be crossing over to people who have more useful things to say, such as Boh McBoard. Give us a shout out, McBoard.
How you going, guys? I'm here with JG, and we're watching the first rollouts here.
More accurately, who would JG be for those of us who don't know him personally?
I am Dumpface McGee. Hey guys, how are you going?
10 points to you, that's good work. I'm glad we asked those questions because I don't know how many people can actually respond to that. But, you know, we'll ask those questions anyway. Finally, we have one other person in the room. He's the more silent member of the commentary crew.
But some may call him the architect of the Bohage.
Yes, some may call him that. I personally don't. I prefer to refer to him as Boh McDean. It's just much shorter than architect of the Bohage.
As we watch here, as the blue team, I do not believe have lost a member so far.
It's a pretty solid effort by the blue team, and we're standing on the midpoint, just watching the game go on. So, crossing over to Dumpface McGee now.
I think we should really introduce the teams here. On scout for the red team, we have Death.
We're quite prepared, as you can see.
As he scrambles for a piece of paper.
That's right, we got Death Jack. He's actually quite a good scout. On solo, we've got Lempika, followed by Pyro is your mother, Demo is Straws, Heavy is Splop, NG is Kid, Medic is Geordie, Sniper is Eela, and Spy is Vendetta. McBoard, how about the pro side?
Well, the pro side is actually their full-strength lineup. Unfortunately for the pubbers, we've got Rowdy as our pocket with the old Mercurial Vintage as the medic. We've got Alex and Swick, or Fire, as the scouts. On Roma, we have Ven, and on Demo is full on.
Who's dead currently?
He was dead. Well, bad luck to him. Well, as you can see, the red side is somewhat disconnected, and the blue team just pushing forward.
What we really aimed for in this one was we really want our 9 side to really be just all the pub players on the Bohage, you know, everyone who likes to play together just casually. See how they go, you know, with the numbers advantage over the pro side, which only has 6, of course.
And of course, they don't have us admins in here.
That's right.
For today's
For those who are not aware of the result of last game,
crushing victory.
it was a crushing. I think it was 4-1 on Cold Front and 5-0 on Granary.
It's pretty humiliating for those vintage admin members. It's nothing like rubbing that into their smug faces, but you know,
well, there's a player on the point. There's Rowdy on the point, and they just stop it.
Quick.
Eradicated by Splop.
Yes,
He's quite a good heavy with his hat on. Yeah.
As we look at the scoreboard here, Full On is absolutely tearing up at 11 points. Vendetta's on 5, leading the bubbers, followed by Geordie the medic. Vinty is on 10, Rowdy's on 8, Alex is on 8, Vent's on 6. Then we have Splop on 3, Lempika on 2, Deathjack on 1, and nobody else on the pub teams has scored as of yet.
It's looking pretty grim for them at the moment, but with Splop and Geordie in the combo, like taking them on the point, they should at least be able to hold that while everyone else spawns. Hopefully Kid can get up a good NG defense while everyone else is scrambling for his fire.
Not anymore, Swick just nailed him in the head.
Can I just say as an aside that for once I'm looking at the names that people are giving their weapons, and most of them are quite good in the, especially in the pub side. The pro side seems to fall victim to calling them very kind of wanky names.
well, not to criticise.
Not to criticise anyone, no.
Oh, not to criticise.
That's not what we do at the Bohage.
Just their name.
We don't really.
Full on with the big bottle hit to Eola there.
Yeah, we try not to criticise. We just more point out blatant awfulness.
Like a sniper on the front lines. I don't understand why I was there, but you know, he tried something, he failed.
Yeah, well, you know, I think it's a bit of a Call of Duty move that you know, just the quick scoping going off, and
very well see Ubers being popped here in the upper lobby area.
Vendetta missed the crucial pick on the medic, so Vinty can walk away unscathed.
Vinty goes down.
Oh, he goes down.
Work from Lempika and of course Splop.
Lempika impressing quite substantially as soldier. I was in a pub with him the other day and he was doing far better than I anticipated.
I've actually been used to him being, you know, the king of lag, so he's not really been
I think
a big force recently.
The blue team nearly went team down there. That was actually quite an impressive move by the red team. They're showing a bit of form that they were lacking in these early stages of the game.
Oh, Rowdy's behind lines. Let's Let's see what he does there.
I must criticise him for his hat choice here, painting white on white. Bit of a Gumby move, if you ask me. Basically, like, you're sure you can absolutely own people.
Jumped on the point.
But we do have a big battle at mid here with Splop taking on full on as demo there.
Geordie goes down, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Rowdy's
And Rowdy's still back.
trying to force him off the point.
He's backcapping still, and I'm not sure what the red team are doing at the moment. They're sort
They're
of
still stuck at
It's
the
a bit
middle point.
fragmented.
they are.
They're not watching, you know, the HUDs that they need to be paying attention to. If something's being capped, you've got to go back and defend it if you don't have the numbers.
In the meantime, we'll take a sideline comment from McDean.
Good. Profound stuff there from the architect of the Bohage. So yes, as you heard from McDean there, things are going well. I don't.
Rowdy
goes down.
I wouldn't say they're going well for Rowdy at the moment. Currently exploding into multiple pieces, but you know you can't have everything.
Squall's being a kingly man with an apt hat.
So, yes, that's well noted by Jammers there. But the Red Time's spending a lot of time in around their final point. They'll want to get some movement out there, push out onto Spire. And
Vendetta takes a
the
big
point.
pick on Squick. Vendetta's actually a really good
It's
spy.
not
They're
quite
really-
a massive pick. It's only a utility class, but
Take that, dickhead.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on.
Squick with a sniper. in
Swick
his
is
hand
an important play. I understand, but I wouldn't classify it as a massive pick.
It's no medic pick, but still,
It
he
is
has, he
no
has the
medic pick.
potential to take everyone down with a few quick headshots. That's all I'm saying here.
I just don't think you should insult a Scottish man with a crown personally. But you know, alright, things moving still here. And Eol, picked off too easily there.
It's interesting. He's running the Huntsman, which is
Very interesting choice.
not exactly what we would consider typical of comp sides. But
They're
anyway,
Uber into the last
they're
point.
Ubering into the last
See if
point.
they can, you know, drive them
Full-ons-
back into spawn.
They have.
And
There's
they
a
should-
back cap.
They should be
Oh,
able to-
back cap happening.
Sticky's on the point.
Oh,
Kid
Kid
with
goes
the
on the
range.
save. Oh, no, it's
And it's all over too quickly. Full on doing his job, pushing out as the demo. He's quite quick on those rollouts. You would say, McBoard, wouldn't you?
I would, as a former comp team demo, and a former inferior demo to full on. Well, probably still an inferior demo. He's so quick, as you notice. He's there ages before anyone's on the pub team is
Even
there.
the scout.
As an arrow whizzes by his head, but he's definitely on the point, holding out there. And there goes Vendetta.
Unfortunately, getting a scout again as a spy. You generally want to go for the heavy classes, but you know he'll get what
But
he can.
fortunately, it was AliXE who is going to be raging at his computer.
That is true.
Yeah, but an impressive move to get such a fast darting scout as Alexi, or Alex with lines more accurately. But yeah, and as we see, I'm not sure who that was.
That's like Pika jumping in through, going all aggro, but he's been forced back as the middle team are holding. Oh, is there someone behind? No, there's not.
They're pushing in through house, you know, they're trying to build that Uber and, you know, trying to get that advantage to be able to push them
Was
out.
it-
Splop, it's, taken down, you know.
Oh, and I think they dropped him as well. I'm not sure where Geordie is, but
Geordie had to actually pop his own Uber.
stay alive.
Yeah, he stayed
or
alive and ran off, and there they are now, you know, just
they're
outside
holding a
house.
corner. So
So
and
Stickies, they've got
jump
lots of
in, and
stickies
he's
up. Yeah,
the
Geordie ran
medic
straight
pick
into the
there,
stickies.
and he's absolutely tearing up.
people just going, bodies flying everywhere.
Yeah.
But they finally get the pick on.
Oh,
Ford.
Oh, Vendetta fails big time.
And there he is running around like an invisible chump, cowering in a corner as a good spy does.
That said, I would like to compliment him on his name tag and description tag combo on his knife.
More on that later.
Again.
Vendetta letting down his side, even though
Not
he's
having a
apparently the
good
best
day
spy
as a
ever.
spy.
I can actually vouch for him, he's a great spy. 400 hours.
I want to figure out if we potentially might be able to interview people post game. We know Jammers has to duck off quickly.
Luckily,
Or
he's not a
like
player.
fuck off.
But I would like to see
He's his G-rated man.
We'll beat that
interviews
later.
from either team to see what communication was like, particularly from the pub side.
Yes, I would indeed like to see that.
With
I
the-
can
Oh,
get to a guess though, they didn't
yeah.
communicate much at all because they're still not taking many spots.
No, but holding solidly. I think the red team managing to push out managing to push out toward and cap Spire.
The stalemate is Swig gets both Deathjack and Geordie. That's a massive pick.
But I just think at this stage, the blue team's just getting away with things that they shouldn't be. Like they're Rowdy out there by himself, just sending off cheap rocket shots and getting away with it. It just it's a little too easy for him at the moment.
And Pika came off second best to Australia Rocket. It just shows that sometimes spam does work.
Here watching Vendetta, who's now switched his watch.
Kid is leaving at 9 apparently.
And
So I think we got someone lined up in Leviathan.
okay, so yes, Kid requesting for a backup Engie. That's an odd mid-round change that they probably weren't hoping for, and Vendetta getting into a pretty tricky situation there, and only managing to make it away at the last second.
Unfortunately, the teamwork of the comp side means that they're rarely surprised. Like he's coming up with it.
He got the big, but you know, full on was on it.
That was pretty intense, actually.
It's kind of cool. How quick it all happened.
Now we'll have to be careful not to.
Well, they're running crits and they popped it. I think Vinty had to use it to stay alive. And
yeah,
he got straws.
Turns out to be quite good.
But he was unable to get Geordie. So
Alex is
get those
Alex
crucial
is
picks
on
when
low
you
health now. Up to the point.
oh, and he's just lagged.
Disappeared off
As
the
he does.
Disappeared off the face of the earth. Legitimate tactic.
Phase shift out of reality and not come back.
Again, it's an
Well,
underhanded
they
tactic.
moved it through here. This will be interesting.
If you take out the medic, he'll definitely. Yeah,
And he
did.
did.
He got him.
That's a successful mission.
Impressive. Oh, but they're
But
currently
they're
being
still on
backed out.
Spire, so they've got to be able to.
What
And Pico coming through.
Well done, Dylan Pico.
And Swick is yet again backstabbed by Vendetta.
I hope
Any
he's
dominations
ready.
this early?
Yeah.
Ven's dominating 3 people. Full-on's 1, but he's beasting up with 29 points in front of both medics, which is quite unbelievable. Didn't happen in our game. But we've got Swick's got 1 on the only person, surprisingly, is the engineer, Kid, on the pub side with the domination.
Oh, look at Kid go. He was absolutely smacking the crap out of that sentry. He was showing it who was boss with that meaty wrench of his.
Well, they're quite a divided side up here.
Oh, nice jump up to the point from the demo.
Yeah, the pubs I'm not 100% sure where to hold, but of course I don't think they would know, considering they only play pubs.
How do you think the pro team is approaching the fact that there are 3 people down in this team, yet they're probably more skilled overall? What do you think they're thinking about right now?
Probably winning. I think winning's probably the strategy at the moment. It's usually a pretty solid tactic
I've got to say,
win.
I think the key here is to kill the other guys and take the points.
Yeah, I
That's
think the points is probably a bit better than killing overall.
Oh,
But
but
it is enjoyable capping while everyone's alive facing the other way. I can't.
But,
say that now.
but in all honesty, silliness aside, I think it's structure that they have on this side. They're using that to their advantage. They know that.
And full on, sorry, your mother forcing the pop there, and Vinty is
takes out.
conveniently using it. Go,
Oh,
Kid!
oh,
Oh, Kid!
Kid,
What are
he's
you
a
doing?
medic on fire.
Oh no!
A massive blunder, but let's see if it'll pay off for him.
Could have got the well-wanted,
Oh, and the red team have Ubered. I think they may have been forced there.
Managing to get that
Look
Uber
behind
onto the dome. Not really focusing on what team they want to shoot up.
Swink once again goes down. EO.
Geordie just stays alive. I don't know how, but he did.
EO and then killing Ben.
And Eola cheering himself on in the text chat. That's a pretty solid tactic,
That's the champion man that Eola is. We got a back cap at last. But full on is jumping. No, last I should say.
Spire.
That's at Spire. Yes, that's right.
It's a bit of a slow reaction time from the Pyro.
Pyro, which is actually your mother. Says this convenient sheet in front of me.
I'd prefer it if you left my mother out.
Eola, let's see what he did.
Eola once again not using his gun.
Oh, I'm not sure where that happened, but Vendetta got the backstab.
And to quote Vinty, it's an interesting dialect from the Abbottabad region of
Botswana.
Pakistan.
Botswana.
I'm incorrect.
Jungles are born here. What are you talking about?
All right.
And
we'll have to question
the
Vinty
translation is, "Oh my lord, I got stabbed in the back. What on earth is going on?"
This game is splendid.
But I do not like it at this particular moment.
Okay, we're stalemating back at corner here. And Elo is absolutely destroyed by a sticky trap.
But I find it interesting
that Rowdy's running heavy. That's interesting.
Ooh,
and he gets absolutely tanked by your mother, who gets Vinty and Rowdy. That's
Wow.
a massive play.
Down to 2.
Down to 2.
Full on nearly gone. Oh, this is a big push for the
the red team has really regrouped themselves.
That's team down.
Team down. Spick holding out. He's just going to have to wait at that final point until wait at the spawn until his team can regroup and make a push back out.
I think this is in the case of the red team has actually just finally found their rhythm. I think that's all that they really needed to get on top, because this is the first time they've really been in front.
That's right. I think they're getting some sort of formula going as Swigs yet again backstabbed by Vendetta. May I just mention that Straws was a late inclusion as the demo. He's only recently joined the Bohage. Geordie also came in late, as well as Aola. So this is sort of a somewhat mixed up lineup as compared to what initially was put down on paper.
But that last minute inclusion didn't stop Straws from actually getting into domination already. He's only on 12 points, but they're all counted.
Nah, but Straws is playing well. I think he traditionally plays pocket soldier. I'm not 100% sure on that, but he's playing well as demo.
Maybe it's just a case of that he drew the short straw.
That's the last straw, Dan.
Things getting from bad to worse here. And I think the red team has caught on to the blue team's tactic of winning. It's certainly coming into play here as the blue team holds in the at the final point. And then we've got some one of the pyros making bacon there, and then the rockets come through for the final. Oh, a bit of a lag kill there, but you know that's the Blues' way of doing things.
Geordie, Straws, and Lempico all went down there. That's pretty much the heavy combo.
Swick has changed from sniper to Solly, which I find interesting.
That is unusual. That's what the comp team like to do when they know they're hopelessly defeated, like previous other Highlanders. Not to mention anything specific, they tend to despair and off class. So Fire is going soldier, which is not his usual role.
And then we've got a vicious battle going on Spire, and in comes the heavy to do not much at all.
Straws cratering nicely there.
The red medic, whoever that is at the moment,
Geordie
cut off. Yeah, he's quite low health.
That's one interesting thing about comp team as opposed to pubbing. The medic needs to be protected at all times. And so generally, in this case, in a Highlander format, he'll stick with the heavy, but in comp, it'll usually be a specific pocket soldier.
Rowdy holding out in the last point there is heavy. That big green mop of his just... and here comes Vendetta onto the final point. That was an impressive cap. Nobody saw that one coming, and there goes Red with the comeback victory. That's a pretty solid effort by them. That tactic of winning definitely coming through there. And as we roll out with the blue team and or on the opposite screen, the red team, whichever you would prefer to sympathise with. And the blue team streaming onto the point, getting, oddly enough, getting numerical superiority on the point.
Vinti taking some span and going down to Vendetta.
Oh, wow.
Vendetta's really been showing his worth here, Spy. He's been taking the important picks and really just trolling the entire team.
But I just think he needs to spend less time checking his watch and actually doing some killing. And yeah, because as you can see, getting blown into a few pieces there, but solid work on his part though. And as we follow through, I'm not sure the name's not coming up on the particular soldier that we're following. We are following Ven, if I could read properly. And as we move through a house,
gets tanked there.
Ven getting some cheeky shots out the door before we hold out at Spire.
Now Rowdy's actually going scout. Now he's traditionally a solly, but this man is just so wonderful at absolutely everything that he can do whatever the hell he wants and succeed at it. I mean, he's wearing a green hat and he's killing it at the moment. He's probably like the greatest man you'll ever meet, and I suggest that you all become friends with him right now.
Despite wearing a headshot magnet, he appears to be going quite good.
Yes, that
headshot. Rowdy, what do you expect?
I must applaud him to his previous headshot magnet, white on white. Let's be serious. Like, come on. All right. Okay. So switching screens now, we can see that we've got Vinti there, just building Uber as a good medic does, trying to gain that Uber advantage before we push on the block. Oh, but the red team definitely applying pressure on that midpoint. So things getting quite tense here.
Vendetta with the face stab.
And he ends up falling asleep, as you may say.
Rowdy's really preparing for the back cap because he took out Kid, who was on the point.
But he's not going to get it.
He's not going to get it.
But will the pubbers realise that he's down? He's back behind him as Elo gets cleaned up.
Time to push
and Geordie is taken down by Ven.
So is Rowdy. Rowdy's taking down the Jet Jack.
Yeah.
Vendetta doing a nice escape there.
With a nice timepiece as well, you might say. He's got the enthusiast timepiece. I'm not sure what update that was from, but
that was from
the amount of updates we have at the moment, who knows anyway.
Watching Vendetta jump through the map is just really interesting because he takes all the tiny little gaps and nooks and crannies and just uses
that usually the scouts would take. So.
Yeah, like it's fantastic watching him navigate.
So we should probably be careful to commentate on Vendetta's position. You don't want to give anything away. So we're just...
they can't hear us, can they?
I'm fairly certain they can't
hear us.
Oh, I was under the impression...
He's at last, guys!
Alright, well, thanks for lying to me about this being a live commentary. Then
it is live, but they can't hear in their ears. I'm sure it distract them.
Oh, well, I thought that was the whole point. Well, this pointless arguing isn't getting us anywhere, as Vendetta checks his watch once again.
Behind the enemy lines.
That's dangerous watch checking, I'll tell you that. More importantly, the scores at the moment. On the pubs, we've got Geordie on 49. Vendetta is tearing it up on 41 despite the 100 ping.
Here he goes, go for the medic. Rowdy was there.
And
unfortunately,
it was Ven actually.
Making sweet love to the wall behind him.
That's right. Okay, now we see we've got Vendetta on 41. We've got Splot doing fairly well with Heavy, and he told me he wasn't good at Heavy. And he's on 31. We got Lempika doing admirably on 23. We've got Straws, who's off-classing on 23 also. We've got Your Mother on 18. We've got Death Jack on 18 also. And then we've got Eola and Kid on 7 apiece. On the Super 6 side, as they're labelled... Sorry?
Did Kid drop and then rejoin?
I'm
pretty sure he was on a higher score and dominating before.
You're right. I think he may have dropped while no one was paying attention.
Points actually typically mean nothing in TF2.
Yeah.
They mean pride, Jammers. They mean pride.
All right. Full On is it's still tearing up on 48 points. Then we got Rowdy on 46. I'm not sure what Vinty's doing, but he's on 43. I don't know. That's just so alien to me. The medic being the third on the list.
And he's dead again.
We got Ved. By Ved, I actually think Ven. But he's always been Ved to me, and no matter what happens,
you are Ved to me.
I only call him Ved when he's dead.
And we got Ven on 42. We got Swick on 30. And we got Alexi, or how we want to pronounce his name, bringing up the rear on 22. But probably all alone in his new house. But,
and the red team absolutely streaming onto the midpoint there. Numerical superiority coming through. And then we've got Geordie with the Uber available.
Realising it's not the best place to be alone, running back quickly.
Has to pop the Uber. Probably not the most effective way that could have been deployed.
But necessary other way. It's better to pop than drop.
But he's definitely holding his own here. He kept his teammates alive well there. And as we have them stream onto the Blue Spire. Just holding on Blue Spire, hoping to get that cap, but we got a back cap. Yep, who we got?
But it won't get it. I think that's Alex.
Yeah.
Back capping.
Numbers did come in handy for the Spire there.
And they don't realise he's behind him, so he'll be going for the medic pick. We'll see this. Oh no, Straws is onto him.
And we've got heavy spam coming onto that Spire there. And then Lempika holding in the warehouse of the near the final point. Probably not the best idea to push out by yourself on not full health, but the zanier things have happened before, and lag coming into play there again. And here we have the heavy on Lempika using that equalizer to good effect there, and then just retreating to safety on the top balcony near Blue Spire.
That heavy, of course, is Swick, so he's really showing his versatility as a player again. Seeing he's got 2 dominations now, I think, so he's really picked up his game.
And Vinty's changed things up a bit, using that Crits Creek again.
Did he change? I thought he changed it early, and I think he's been keeping Crits Creek.
He may have brought it back, hopefully to good effect. I'd advise against healing Rowdy with that stupid hat on, but still holding in the Blue Warehouse.
Freedom of bullet.
One thing I might like to add, the advantage of Crits Creek, apart from the crits that they generate, which
used to good effect,
absolutely devastating effect, that it charges up quicker than the Uber charge. And while that may not matter in pubs because medics go down, left, right, and centre. Oh, there's a back cap, just to interrupt myself there. No, it's shut down. The Crits Krieg, it just charges up quicker. So they will always have some sort of advantage, or they'll be able to nullify any advantages quickly.
They've always got to be wary of snipers because they may have, a technical Uber charge, but it's still Crits Creek, which means they can still get picked off because they're not invulnerable.
Yeah.
So
it's just probably the worst feeling in the world to
there's
finally
build
it.
Cap going here.
But it's something to be wary of, the Crits Creek. When used at being varied carefully, it can really prove to be a game changer. That entire attacks can be more successful. Team downs can happen if you're lucky. So. Rowdy being blown into a few pieces there, his stupid white hat rolling away on the ground. That doesn't really help us. But back to Full-On, who's lying there. Some might say passed out, others would say dead.
The front stab.
Oh, someone's got Natasha.
That's not common, not advised, and somewhat troll-worthy. But here we have Straws holding at the blue last point.
I'm not sure what he's doing because they didn't actually have the second. Okay.
But he's holding well ahead. We are having a bit of troubles here in terms of finding a reserve. Kid may need to veto this particular game.
It's Swick as well. Swick has to go to dinner, which is
unfortunate.
You know, he should sacrifice eating for playing video games. You know.
Priorities, please. I think this is a bit of a sad world we've come to. Like, surely Hitler wouldn't have gone, I'm over this war. Like, I need to have dinner.
Mate, Godwin's law, right, invalid.
And I don't think Hitler would have just gone, I need a replacement. I do apologise to Kid for comparing him to Hitler.
For the mere crime of not wanting to eat dinner. Of course, Kid is Hitler.
Just an update on the game again. Red has taken control again, so it's back on defense on last for the blue teams.
Yeah, surprisingly.
They've got numbers and they've won it. What?
Oh, very nice stuff by the red team. They're somewhat unexpected amongst that chat about Kid being Hitler or Spick or whoever it was.
I compare it more to Stalin, but carry on.
But here we go. At the first point, Lieutenant Colonel Goon apologising for the coughing in the background.
Straw's doing an okay rollout until he screws it up at the end.
They're running Uber charge again, the blue team that is.
Okay, so we're following with Vinty this time.
And they're going by the Valley rollout, so...
Should be interesting.
So as they come up onto the midpoint...
Either way, I don't think it matters because every single time they get there before them, all they need to do is watch out for Vendetta. So,
there's multiple blue opponents just jumping up onto that midpoint there.
Capped really quickly.
I'm actually surprised the blue team hasn't run a Pyro just to stop Vendetta. He's tearing a Swoth. A swoth. I don't know what the term is exactly. Not a scrote.
It's actually a sweet.
A sweet. But he's tearing onto this team.
What do you take this game so far, Jamis?
I would actually say that it's quite an interesting game so far. It's been swinging back and forth like a thing.
Don't say bell end.
Yeah, like a metronome. Like a bell end.
Vinty has had to Uber to keep himself alive. And they take out Lempico in the process.
And take him down. That heavy, really getting onto that.
The double
Slop is performing quite well. And
then with Geordie with a big trophy erupting out of his head. Not sure if that's needed during the middle of battle, but
it's definitely not convenient. It's definitely not what I want to see happening when I'm in the middle of the game.
What was that thing he got anyway? Second, doesn't matter.
Medic milestone 2, I believe.
He Ubered 2 people at the same time.
And he found the Uber saw.
So that was in fact the first time he's ever tried to Uber 2 people at once, and it took out a medic. I think that's very impressive.
If there's ever time for that, it's now, and he's done it.
And full on just being picked off there at the blue spire, and Kid lying down just in the middle of the ground. They're probably dead. I think it's safe to assume that. And then Straws remaining firmly in his castle as like the king he is. And as he pops out there, he would consider popping out to the side door there.
Swig takes someone out before face planting into the ground.
It was a pretty beautiful face plant.
He did go down in a blaze of glory.
It was a swan dive. Into a flaming swan dive, which is quite impressive. I'm giving that like +3 stars.
If anything, I thought it was an ode to Assassin's Creed and jumping off a tall thing face first.
At the time, he was probably thinking, strange. We're going to do a somersault there.
Everyone is holding up their cards, and we've got an 8, a 7, and a 10. So
a 10. He's got the 10.
He's got the 10. He wasn't able to pull off the hunch, but
Rowdy trying to flank the Geordie the medic, and he doesn't.
They have not realised. Rowdy
doesn't pull it off.
And he doesn't pull it off. I'm
interesting because Rowdy actually is, the king among all men, and usually when he does something, it works. Works 100% of the time, every time.
I think at this point we should cross over to Camden for or McDean for a game comment.
Yep. As the Bohcasters say, we'll edit that out, but carry on.
Good.
Again, the comment of good coming through.
Insightful.
Insightful comment, yes. This is why we had to keep him out of the Bohcast.
But the less said about that, the better, because that definitely was not, as McDean would say, good. And here we have Vendetta cowering in a corner.
Then stabbing someone in the... Oh, no.
Stabbing someone in the nothing, and now he's dead.
Oh, and they've Ubered through.
Stabbing
and then there's the Uber back.
It's quite the standoff on the middle point there, and Swap looking genuinely angry.
May I point out here, just a profile of one of the players, Geordie's only played 120 hours of TF2, so he's not doing too badly.
And he has a ridiculous hairstyle.
Presuming from his profile picture, that is him. Oh, there's a back cap.
Straws did quite a nice jump to get.
There is a back cap, and this will be very, very interesting.
He's not on much health, so finally the medic does support.
But unfortunately, there's only 20 seconds left on the map. And this is 2-1 in a very, very close game.
Oh, can they cap it before?
They won't, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh.
And we may have a forward cap here. No, but it's...
The red team have really shown their colours.
Sure,
red
sure,
and,
Pig is full
cap
cap.
forward.
Surely that counts as the pub's game.
That's pubs.
And then the pubs coming through with a victory there. The numerical superiority coming through for the win. Not as convincingly as previous matches, perhaps, ones that all us commentators have featured in which we thrashed that team. But the less said about their wayward ways, the better.